turning to base.
Back early, aren't you, Lieutenant?
A 36-hour pass is either too much or too little for a girl without a date. I guess it won't hurt me to catch up on my sleep.
You see my brother?
They're all due here at 4:30.
It's bad to see if he slept in it. But,
You sure he's posted for this mission?
I worked on the plane until 3 in the morning.
Well, he knows all the flight personnel restricted to the base for this one. Can't be too far away. Gee, did it work?
Sure, you're home free. Go to your briefing.
Good night.
No. You can make me feel like a sneak, but don't try to make me like it.
Sleep. I never can the night before.
What'd you do, go off the base?
Will you be quiet about that?
What'd you do, go anywhere?
There's only one person who knows about it, Frank, and she's all right. I just had to get away. I don't think I can.
Eddie's gentlemen. Sandy?
Sir? I don't think I can go through with it again. Scared.
JD, everybody's scared. Ask the colonel. You can do it.
I don't want to ask him. I don't want them all saying I'm yellow. I'm asking you, Frank. You got me into this, now you get me out. You think of some way to get me out.
12 o'clock high. A QM production. Starring Paul Burt. Also starring Chris Robinson and Frank Overton. With guest stars Andrew Prine, Burt Reynolds, Bruce Dern. Special guest star Mark Richman. Tonight's episode, The Jones Boys. Brought to you by Brill Cream Hairdressing.
Are you man enough to try?
And by the Consolidated Cigar Corporation, makers of El Producto, the cigar of natural mildness.
For me, that's maximum effort. Everything else I have here is crippled. Almost half my group.
Co-pilot to crew. We're next, troops. Take off positions. We're going to war.
Yeah, it is a wait.
All right, 376, 30 seconds between takeoffs. Well, what are you waiting for, an armistice?
Osbury Control, 376 is rolling.
Military power. I get this mission up. Ken. Hello. Hello. Hello, give me the tower. Hello, Harvey. This is Joe. Is that going to block the runway? All right, then get the rest of the mission into the air. We're losing time.
Now look, replacement parts, replacement aircraft, and the workload in this wing are as equally distributed as they can be, Joe. The only area where the 9/18th outshines them all is in the complaints and the demands I get from you.
That's only in proportion to the number of times we fly the wing group missions, and in the number of times we lead the wing to the target. Now, Ken, the Germans know us, and they lay for us.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Yes, and that only compounds the problem. Now, why don't you come fly with me for a month, and you'll see what I mean.
Don't forget who you're talking to. I flew 30 missions before I took charge of supply here. I know what combat does to airplanes, to men, and to morale. And I've heard it used before as an alibi for low efficiency. And I think I've been around long enough to know when a group is beginning to dog it.
Take the charge against the 9/18 again.
You sent a mission out today with 13 airplanes left behind for one of a few nuts and bolts. Now tell me again, Joe, you could not possibly have put 5, or 3, or even 1 of those 13 into the air with the others.
You want to know the truth? The only way I got the 18 aircraft up into the air at all was by stealing the nuts and bolts from the 13 aircraft that are left behind. If you can read dogging it into that.
Colonel Hunter. Yes. Major Stovall.
Yes, Harvey.
Oh, Joe, the bombs away report just came in. We're on time, 1 abort, no other casualties reported. 16 aircraft rallied off target.
Right. 16 aircraft on target. 40 tons of explosives, and it could have been twice as much. Harvey, what about 376?
Well, there's nothing you don't already know. The nose sheared off, the bombardier died, and the co-pilot's head injury is probably fatal.
What about the interrogation?
Well, no one seems to know what happened. I've questioned all of them except the pilot. Doc Kaiser hasn't released him yet.
I see. Well, I'll be there in a half an hour. I'll talk to him myself. 1 man dead.
What happened, Joe?
Well, actually, I only got 17 aircraft off today. Something happened to one of them on the takeoff. Maybe I can borrow the nuts and bolts from what's left of it. I'll see you later.
Where you've been, I almost ran into my CO.
Sorry, John. I got here as quick as a good audio telephone.
Yeah, 345s.
Tool there, mate.
Next time I say half an hour, mate, you be here.
You're right, Captain. I'm all right, sir. I can't remember. It was, pretty awful. I was knocked out part of the time.
Yes, well, the report of the flight engineer is a bit vague also.
Well, it could be, sir, that he doesn't remember any more than I do.
He says here pilot and the co-pilot were fighting to control the aircraft. The man doesn't say or indicate what happened, what went wrong.
I just can't remember. I can't remember. The aircraft just wouldn't stay up.
All right, Lieutenant, perhaps you'd better get some rest. I would advise you to see Dr. Kaiser once more this evening. Well, that's it. Dismissed. Harvey, contact Sergeant Chapman. I'd like to talk to him again. Sergeant Jones, you stay here a minute. I'd like to have a word with you. Have a seat. Frank, you know, I've been fighting this maintenance battle damage problem. Now tell me something. Did 376 have any battle damage?
Yes, sir. It had flak damage on its second mission.
It did, huh? Well, I wonder, do you think that could have had anything to do with what happened? Because, you know, it occurs to me that possibly a cable gave way or something like that.
Yes, sir. That could have happened.
Now, Frank, you've been here an awful long time, and I've never known you to be careless.
Sir, sometimes it's very difficult to follow down all the cable controls to make sure that nothing's gone wrong.
Frank, that's your job. Especially in this case, the pilot was your own brother.
Yes, sir, and I've looked after him all my life. I haven't worked to send him through school. I wouldn't take any chances with his airplane.
No, I guess not. Frank, here in your report, you say the brakes burned on takeoff. Now, what about that?
Yes, sir. A lot of guys, when they get combat loads, they run up the power and hold back on the brake, so that when they get ready to start, they get a faster start.
Yeah, I know. I realize that. My point is, there was no mechanical problem with the brakes.
Yes, sir, there was not.
Look, Frank, I'm willing to accept the fact that the airplane was at fault if I can find evidence indicating that, and I'm looking for evidence. You see, it's been suggested that my maintenance groups have been dogging it. Now, wouldn't this be a terrible way to find out that that suggestion was true?
Yes, sir, it sure would.
Okay, Frank.